Hi, everyone. Welcome to yet another podcast. And this one is going to be very juicy because we're going to dive into Chat GPT-5. But we're going to offer some pretty nifty ways on how you can use it for your business, kind of go over what this model looks like and really evaluate how big this changes. Without further ado, let's dive right in. How are people using ChatGPT in general? What does this update mean for the masses who use AI, aka ChatGPT, in their business? So I'm going to share this stat, which I thought was really interesting. So this is a really interesting piece of information from Orbit Media I found on LinkedIn. From the lens of marketing, how are people using ChatGPT? Generating ideas is a pretty big one. I'm writing headlines, writing outlines, and then writing drafts. So it looks like there's a lot of content that people are requiring, and they're using ChatGPT to get all that content for them. Which I think
So, Anil, is this for Chat GPT or is this just AI in general, like all LLMs?
This is AI in general, but kind of gives us an idea as to how people are using it. There's probably a much bigger statistic, because we haven't even talked about people who are encoding and how they're using it, because I don't think they give a crap about writing promo social posts. But
I saw an interesting stat yesterday. It said that people have been using Gen AI quite a bit, and ChatGPT had approximately 86% market share last year, this time, and now it has 77 or 78% market share. OpenAI is losing market share to Claude and Gemini for sure. But had a lot more market share last year. In general, Gen AI adoption has definitely increased quite a bit.
What I've read across Reddit and just from the reviews, it's not groundbreaking. I think the announcement was more of a hype than the actual update itself. Because who doesn't love a new update? When we're thinking update, especially with AI, we're thinking is this thing going to do more of the work for us? Apparently this one builds apps and it makes games. I'm not sure how it's going to help anyone work more efficiently. If you've got time to pass and want to play a game on ChatGPT instead of logging onto a gaming platform, I'm not sure how useful a lot of these updates are.
I will say that the thing that I haven't been able to test is GPT-5 Pro, because I'm not on that plan. I am on a paid plan.
No, that's what, $200?
But what I have heard is it's phenomenal if you're on the Pro plan. And I believe Sam Altman, when he was doing his demo and everything, everything he was showing was the Pro plan, which is why people, when they started using, they were a little bit disappointed because everybody does not have the Pro plan. If you want it to perform in a certain way, you have to be on the Pro plan. So I'm not on the Pro plan, so I don't know exactly how it works, but that's what I'm seeing. Some people are raving that it is nowhere near any other LLMs. If you're on the Pro plan, this update is huge for you. It's an absolute game changer. But again,
Wait, so you're saying that if we pay the $200, it is an absolute game changer AI?
That's what I have been hearing from who do have the Pro plan.
It has to be really incredible. But then to trial that out, that's a $200 loss if you find out that it's not actually helpful.
But I like the direction that OpenAI is taking right now, because I'll show a couple of dashboards I used to build using Lovable, and I'm able to now build equally interactive, animated, gorgeous dashboards in GPT-5. The only difference is Lovable is already connected to, a database like Superbase. As soon as you click a button, your web app can be published. So, but in this case, you'll have to take the code and then publish it in Netify or something like that. So it's not as easy, but I'm very excited that they've been able to come this far. The next step, I'm hoping the next release is you're able to see what the front end looks like. Now just click a button and you can now have this interactive dashboard for your executive team to interact with. It could have a beautiful dashboard of your sales data, of your customer data, your user engagement data, with an integrated, a chatbot built in. So a lot of these things can become so much easier. And I like the direction it's going in, but am I going to use it right now for that purpose? No. But I can see that's what they're doing.
I would love to show you a bit of a run through on the GPT-5. We're going to have a bit of a play around on the platform and kind of look at some use cases. So do you want to go first or want me to go first?
So let me show you how I currently use Lovable with N8N, and then I'll show you how GPT-5 could change that for me. I think right now, Dani, on YouTube, people are showing how others are using GPT-5 for building video games, Tetris and things like that. But we obviously talk about AI automation stuff. So I have an N8N dashboard. This is my Lovable screen, okay? What I did is, in Lovable, I basically have a prompt which says, create a one-page web app that has an interactive quiz. So if I click on this, there are users coming from a Facebook ad. They land on this page. They click on this button. They add some details. What's your niche, etc., etc. This is for a marketing coaching client. They will fill this questionnaire and they click on submit. Now I could build this web app in less than 5 minutes or 10 minutes by just giving a prompt to Lovable. As soon as the user clicks on submit, then you come to this, this triggers this N8N workflow. So it's not connected to Superbase right now.
Is that connected to actual Lovable app?
Yes. This is connected to Lovable webhook. All it does is you click on submit, the user clicks on submit, and it triggers a workflow, which then adds their record to Airtable. I'm using Airtable as the CRM here. And then OpenAI's chatbot creates a personalized marketing plan for this user, a coaching plan for this user, and sends that plan using Gmail. Okay. So it's a very simple workflow. The good thing about this is your system prompt here, you can customize it. So add a lot of information about your frameworks, your principles, your tone of voice, just so that the personalized plan is unique to you. But if I was building something more complex, this is simple. If I needed the user to sign in, take some user details, etc., and it required authentication, etc., this thing, Lovable, starts getting expensive very, very quickly. Anybody who uses Lovable, they know that. But here's the thing. When I was testing GPT-5, I just added a simple prompt here. It did its stuff. It did its magic. And if I click run code here.
Oh, I tried to update the canvas switch on the form. So if you scroll down just a little bit, see if there's another one. Oh, it's not working.
This is me doing the whole thing that I was doing on Lovable. I am now doing you in Chat GPT-5.
This looks really good, by the way, but I did the same thing, and I even fed it like some UX or some UI, and I was just like, it didn't even hit the marks.
So no, this is another one. I don't know why that's.
Oh my gosh, this is
another
cool.
One. This is me just saying, listen, I'm going to connect you to my Google Sheet, and you need to create a visually appealing dashboard showing business analytics and KPI metrics. So if you have like a marketing dashboard, which has paid ads data, it has data on your visitors, your site visitors, whether they're coming from organic or paid, you could have your own little dashboard, whatever that may be, connected to your Google Sheet here, and you'll have an interactive dashboard in less than 15 minutes. Tweak around with it, make it your own, change the colors, change the fonts. You can do anything with it.
Look at your prompt though. That prompt's so simple, but it made this.
This is it. This little thing you see here. And this is nothing. It's just a one-line prompt. But you obviously, it's beautiful and everything, but if you want to publish it, you'll need to take the code and then you'll need to publish it on something like Netify, or take the HTML code, and then do whatever you want with it. So it's not as one-click plug and play like Lovable, but you don't have to mess around with Lovable's pricing. This GPT assistant called Lovable Prompt Assistant, somebody else created this. I didn't create it. I don't think I need Lovable Prompt Assistant anymore. I actually think GPT-5 is able to do that. I can just go to GPT-5 and tell GPT-5, give me the prompt I can use in Lovable. So from that respect, I think GPT-5 is definitely there.
I really love what you've shared with us. I'm going to pull it back a little, like kind of what the changes are and maybe how you can like customize your GPT. We're going to call this part the having fun on Chat GPT session.
Yeah, sounds good.
In Chat GPT-5, you won't actually find Chat GPT-4. You actually have to get it to show additional models, which is found in your settings. So you won't actually see it unless that is toggled on, then you refresh and you can see it. But I've actually used the custom GPT chat, and I've actually got the cynic who's critical and sarcastic. That's why I'm getting a bit of a different response from what would typically be.
Right.
Sure.
Got it.
These settings here, you can actually choose what personality that ChatGPT should have. It has obviously here, default is cheerful and adaptive. The cynic is that critical and sarcastic. Robot is efficient and blunt. So what I'll do is I'm going to share a bit of a breakthrough as to what all these mean, and then you can decide for yourself which one you want to use. So the cynic is basically a witty, blunt, zero fluff, used for titles, angles, ideas, pattern breaks. This kind of gives you an idea about how it's going to behave. It's pretty good if you want someone to give you brutal advice or just kind of cut to the chase. And then we've got the robot. So this is kind of like if you actually want AI to do its job and just, be direct and efficient, this would be the one for you. I'm guessing that its temperature is lower, but essentially some people just want to get the stats. I think it'll be really good for those in coding.
So interesting. I've never actually tried. I've never tried these personas. And it's funny, they have a female for a listener, warm, empathetic, and clear. And then of course the other one.
It's interesting you picked up on the woman. So this is really good at warm and empathetic. I haven't actually explored into what this one is. I can guess it's just nicer to deal with.
Okay, yeah.
And then there it is, another behavior as well. It'll give you a lot more advice. If you go to a party, for example, and you meet someone who's there's so much knowledge about this one thing, you're like, oh my gosh, how do you know so much about that?
Mm-hmm.
They just know. They just spend their time obsessing over it. This will be the behavior to choose if you want someone to give you that super obsessed, in-depth knowledge. So this is the community. I actually got this from the community itself, and I've been part of this community since I started. In fact, I probably wouldn't be here without this community. I want to finish on with something super fun. This is a prompt that was provided to me by Nico in the community. I'm going to leave this prompt in the description below, but I will caution you with this prompt. It is very confronting. If you want to install this prompt, first thing you want to go choose Cynic. I've just decided to control, its traits, and then hit refresh. So now I'm going to post this prompt, which is, I want you to act and take on the role of a brutally honest, high-level advisor, speaking to me like I'm a founder, creator, or leader with massive potential, but who has also blind spots, weaknesses, or delusions that need to be cut through immediately. I do not want comfort. I do not want fluff. I want truth that stings. If that's what it takes to grow, give me your full, unfiltered analysis, even if it's harsh, even if I question my decisions, mindset, behavior, or direction. Look at my situation with complete objectivity and strategic depth. I want you to tell me what I'm doing wrong, what I'm underestimating, what I'm avoiding, what excuses I'm making, and where I'm wasting time or playing small. Then tell me what I need to do, think, or build in order to actually get to the level with precision, clarity, and ruthless prioritization. If I'm lost, call it out. If I'm making mistakes, explain why.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm on the right path or moving slow or with the wrong energy, tell me how to fix it. Hold nothing back. Treat me like someone whose success depends on hearing the truth, not being coddled, but take a forward-thinking view. Tell it like it is. Don't sugarcoat the responses. Right. Now, this is going to be brutally honest. I am sharing my vulnerability here on YouTube. So do use this prompt with caution if you don't want to hear the facts about your life. And just know it knows everything about your entire chat. So it knows what you're talking about, and it will tap into all that data, and then it will give you
That is so
the honest truth. So we're going to plug this into GPT-5, and it is very confronting because it knows all the crap that I've asked it for chats. All right, cool. So now it's going to do its thinking. And while it's thinking, if you really enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, a like, and also don't forget to subscribe. We're going to be releasing some pretty good videos coming soon, and you don't want to miss out.
Okay.
Okay, here it is. Here's where you're stuck. You're spread across too many plays. Dentist, finance, social content tools, SEO, webinar, bubble app. See how we talked about bubble app earlier? That's not strategy. That's FOMO with a hoodie.
Yeah.
Publish without a painful promise. AI automation, that's not an offer. That's a genre. You chase tools over distribution. New features don't fix an empty calendar. And which is facts. And then you have results, but haven't productized proof. Case studies exist in your head, not on a tight one pager with numbers that slap. Like, how good is that? Okay, look, what you're underestimating, what you're avoiding. Trust the gap SMB healthcare. Like, it's incredible. There we go. So the reason why it's picking up dentistry is because so I had a chat with someone about dentistry niche and kind of their needs, and then so I would scope projects out for people and kind of look at what that looks like and do plans. So it's probably picked up that I've taken an interest in that. But this is the thing, is I use it for what I use it for. If you've got like a bunch of conversations and it's kind of looks like that, then it's going to look at those conversations and then it's going to give you your most brutally honest audit.
I love that. I love that. That's amazing.
Picking one ICP for 90 days. Commitment issues disguised as keeping options open. Publish qualified proof. So this is pretty good. Look, we increase booking means nothing. 27% monthly bookings in 30 days gets replies. So, a real boring sales process, cadence, follow up, call blocks, pipeline hygiene, like this is exactly all the feedback that I need. So I did this a little bit earlier just to test it before, just to see how honest it was. And it was the same thing again. Like, what's holding me back? You're spreading it thin. You're juggling dentist, bubble app, YouTube, LinkedIn, numerology, detours, real estate research. This is my husband, by the way. Random client work. That's not strategy. That's avoidance disguises productivity. So
I love
no single offer, like killer offer. AI automation, SEO content. This is a menu, not a product. Buyers don't buy menus, they buy outcomes. So and look, reality check and numbers. And this is painful. Like, this is the target. This is my dream goal of monthly recurring revenue by January 2026. You have 18 weeks left. If you sell 2,000 per month plan, you would need 10 clients. You convert at 30% lead demo and 20% demo close, overall 6%. To land 10 clients, you need this many people, 9 to 10 per week. If your offer is 1.5K per month, and you need to 14 clients, that's the minimum weekly standard. Miss it and you'll miss the goal, period. Like, this is the stuff that you just, when people say, I want to get a business coach or a life coach, this is what we want. This is what everyone's asking for.
You don't have to pay $250 for session. No.
Yeah, you don't have to look at their face and then look at your life and then go cry after the consult. You can look at this honestly as a human and be like, you know what? Yeah, I think you're right, Chat GPT. But if a person told you this, you're like, who do you think you are talking to me like that? Like, so, it takes it away. It takes it away, which is quite funny. So thank you so much, Nico, for this.
You just see Nico's prompt, and I think Nico's just saved Nico a lot of money if we wanted to hire.
Yeah, yeah, thank you, Nico. You've saved us years of therapy trying to figure out why our business is not working. And
in the spirit of having fun with ChatGPT, can I show something fun we did with our YouTube channel?
Yeah.
It'll just be a really quick one. Very similar to what you're doing here. This is GPT-5. I gave it the screenshot of our channel, our YouTube channel, and I said, we create content around AI automation and show how business owners and their employees can improve efficiency and make more money using AI and automation. Here's a screenshot of some of our past content. Give me 5 high converting video ideas with catchy titles and hooks that will guarantee views and clicks from my audience. Okay. Again, just like you said, it's always better if you have your own custom GPT. It has context around your business, your target audience to get a better result. But this is just me experimenting. And I gave this exact same prompt to Claude. Let's see how different Claude is to GPT-5. So exact same prompt to both. And this is what GPT-5 gave me. 10 AI automation hacks that will save you 20 plus hours a week. AI agents versus AI operators, what no one's telling you. And it tells me some hook and why it'll work. The $10,000 AI playbook, how businesses are printing money with automation. Now, listen, if you had given it a target audience that was a little bit more niche, these would be, of course, a lot better. But anyway, you get the idea. And then let's look at Claude. The 50K AI mistake every business owner makes.
Yes.
I replaced my $80,000 per year employee with AI for 30 days. AI tools that guarantee 1 million plus for small businesses. Most people don't know these exist. I actually love Claude's titles way more than GPT-5.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe we use Claude for the titles.
So when it comes to creative writing and creative writing, I think, definitely Claude. I haven't tested Gemini yet, but it's definitely doing better. Somebody had told me one community is the tip was in prompting. If you ask Chat GPT to think harder, it ends up giving a slightly different and a better result. So then what I then did is I told ChatGPT, now think harder, look at some high performing content online, and now make some suggestions. Same thing I pumped into Claude, same thing. Now, in this case, this is not ChatGPT thought for about 38 seconds, and it came up with some engaging hooks. I replaced 3 roles with this 7, 8, and 8 with these 7 automations, the exact build, N8 GPT browser use. 16 AI lead gen systems tested. What actually books calls with proof.
Oh, wow. That's good.
Things like that. I think it's pretty good. Then I went ahead and said, listen, let me just take it a step further. I said, now give me 5 ideas that will help our channel get to 10K users within 6 months. Please note, we have full-time consulting jobs and we have limited availability. Now with that, tell us, how can we get to 10K users within 6 months? And it's actually done a very good job. It's given me 5 concrete video ideas that are highly engaging, that will get the users to interact with it. So number 1, I automated my business in 7 days. Here's exactly what happened. No, that's actually not so good.
Best tool.
The ultimate 5-tool AI stack to 10x your business in 2025. Actually, no, that's not so good either.
I don't mind sharing tech stack, but I didn't like the way that it delivered the points.
Correct. Yeah. So it's all right. So I'm not 100% convinced about the think harder bit, and I think it'll need a bit more experimentation. But here's where Claude, I try to do the same thing with Claude. This is what Claude's given me. Same thing. Now give me 5 ideas that will get my channel to 10K users within 6 months. Note, we have full-time consulting jobs. And look at this. 5 AI tools that generated 1 million for my clients. I track every dollar time invested. It tells me this is filming time, why it works. And then it's telling me, here's the next one. I asked 50 business owners what AI tools they paid 10K for. The answers will surprise you. I feel like I'm so much happier with these than the ones I got from GPT-5. So for me, when it comes to a lot of these creative posts, so far, I feel like Claude is still winning.
I actually am guilty. I use Claude quite a lot. I use Chat GPT because, first of all, like my family use it, and if you're a beginner, I would recommend Chat GPT because it's like an all-rounder. It's like it's like a department store and everything's there. But like if you wanted to go down to High Street and you wanted access to all the fancy, expensive label brands, then you want to go to Claude. But Claude does have its fallbacks, like every AI does. The best way to use ChatGPT by far is by creating custom projects. I think we should cover custom projects in another podcast. That deserves its own podcast because it can do incredible stuff, especially if it is done by an AI consultant that knows exactly how to plug it into APIs and have it refer to real-time data, which every GPT works best if it has access to real-time data. So I think the conclusion to this video is scrap GPT-5, let's go to Claude.
Not really.
So let us know what your thoughts are. And also we'll be dropping that brutally honest prompt in the descriptions and let us know how you get on If you want to share your results, feel free to do so as well. So thank you guys all for listening and tuning in, and we'll see you in the next podcast. We hope you like this podcast. Join us in the next episode where we dive into some solid AI solutions for small to medium-sized businesses. Don't forget to like and follow. If you want to know how AI can help your business specifically, come and find us on LinkedIn.